Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been on our channel lately, thanks for joining. So last year we did a video on chestnuts, how to plant them, how to grow them, and it failed miserably, right? So the majority of my chestnuts were moldy, came out of the box here moldy. I think I have 2 trees out in the garden yet, and I don't know how they're even doing because I haven't looked at them lately. But I had 2 trees that survived out of 25. So we're gonna try it again this year, you know. So the first thing we're doing differently is I did not buy them on eBay like I did last year. I bought them from a more reputable business, Chestnut Hills from Illinois. And you know, they say on their website they're guaranteed fresh and whatever. And you couldn't buy them until, I want to say it was October, when it first came up on their website that they had them available. So I bought, you know, a packet. I think it was 25 or something in there. I'm not really sure. Maybe we can get a count here today. But anyhow, the second thing I did was I'm using these other containers here. These are like chicken containers you get from Quick Trip or your grocery store that has a couple pieces of chicken and some potato wedges in there or whatever. And the reason I'm using these is because they already had the vented holes and they had a nice lid, snap-on lid. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try that this year, okay? Because I didn't have any vents in mine last year, and I thought, okay, maybe it built up with moisture and everything got too wet and whatever, and it couldn't breathe. So that's the second thing we're doing different. And the third thing is I did not make the soil as wet as I did last year. So hopefully that makes a difference. So we're going to open this up here and we're going to look at these. Now this was part of the instructions from Chestnut Hills that you should take them out and look at them partway through the year, through the winter. And if any of them are moldy, then you want to take them out of there and get them out of there, and hopefully the rest will survive. So I did last year. I think I put them in like double stacked them, and so this year I put them just all in one layer here. And this is already frozen. I keep these in the garage, in the refrigerator in the garage, and this is already frozen pretty good. And it's been. I mean, it's been in the 30s, you know, around here. It's not been cold. So usually when it's in the 30s, my garage stays around 40 degrees and, you know, the snow melts off the cars and stuff, you know, because it's an attached garage. But this is pretty much all frozen here. So that means my refrigerator, it's got to be pretty cold out there. Yeah, so those look pretty good. I don't see any that look rotten. And like I said, I put these all in one layer so they're not, I don't have to dig through here much. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I got 13 of them in this box here. So I must have got more than 25 this time. So we'll cover this one back up and we'll look at the next one. All right, here's number 2. Those all look pretty good too. So that's 14 in there, so that's 27 total. Maybe it was 50 I got this time. This soil is definitely moist. You can feel that it's moist yet. So I'm thinking I got the water right this time. But you know, we'll see come spring what if they actually grew a taproot or not. All right, let's see what this last one looks like. Now this is definitely moister. I can tell right away that this is much wetter than the other two. Yeah, I must have had 50. Must have got 50 of them. So these all look good. There isn't one here that looks like it's moldy or getting moldy or nothing. So I'm just gonna put these back out in the fridge. So they've roughly been out there November and December. It is January 1st right now. So they've been out there 2 months. So we'll see what they look like in another month or two. Take a look at them before spring, a little bit before spring, and then all right. So I'm going to call this a success so far. After 2 months. We'll come back in another 2 months. So let's see, it's January, February. So end of February, beginning of March, we'll look at them again. So we're back at Growing Chestnuts TV. Oh, I can't say that? Why can't I say that? Oh yeah, that's right. We are Amberg Acres. Huh. Yeah, that's right. Guess I haven't been around for a while. So we're going to be talking the rest of these chestnuts. We're going to look inside there and see what happened. When did I do the first part of this video? January? Somewhere in January, I took them out and looked at them to make sure they weren't all moldy and stuff. And so we're going to see today what we got growing, roots, whatever. So I have not touched these since I talked to you last, and I haven't added water, I haven't done nothing. I just put them right back in the fridge. That's the way we left them. So we're going to see what they look like. I wanted to share with you a couple of things first. We found our first shed this year. Okay, pretty nice 9-pointer. There's a tine right here broke off. This is a pretty nice deer for this property. I'm really happy we found these. I found one with my buddy Larry. We were up here bringing up some stuff, and we had like 3-4 inches of snow that day when we got up here, and we were just right across the street over here, not more than 50 yards in maybe or so, and I almost stepped on it. It was laying right in the trail, you know. So then the other one, we were up a couple weekends after that, and I took my wife for a walk over there, and she was walking around, and I showed her what to look for, you know, look for these sticking up out of the grass or the brush, you know, and all of a sudden she's like, well, there what is, there's something over there, you know, and she goes over there and walks over there, and she saw it from a long way off. I don't have that good eyes, but she saw it from a long way off, and I didn't even pay attention to what she was saying. I was hanging a camera, and all of a sudden she comes walking out of the woods with the other one here, and I'm like, boy, you know, that's rare to find both, you know, and they were probably 100 yards apart, and I don't know that I would have ever looked where she saw that. I don't think I would have ever walked in there and looked to see where it was. So yeah, cool, eh? That's a nice deer. I would shoot that deer in a heartbeat if it came walking from my stand. So, all right, put them aside for a minute. So the other thing I'd like to share with you is we had some some weird things go on this spring. Back in March they had an ice storm, and then they had a heavy snow right after it, and we got all kinds of damage again. The wires were down. It did something to that pole out by the street, even out there. That other tree out there got a bunch of branches knocked off it. So I'm going to take you around and I'm going to show you some of the damage here that we've had this spring. And we got a lot of branches to pick up. That's about all I can tell you. So go take a walk around. We had a really bad spring here again. Back in March they had an ice storm, and then a real wet, heavy snow on top of the ice, and all these branches came down here. Took out the wires again. That tree up in the front, that big pine tree up there, that took down, I don't know if it damaged the transformer, but it did something on the pole out there right by the road. And so we lost a lot of branches. We got branches down everywhere. Come take a look at this across the street over here. So this big one came down right over our trail. You can see the trees are all bent over. So I cut this one up a couple weeks ago here. I piled it there. When I get the tractor up here, I'll just pick that up and pile it somewhere. But it's right here in a ditch. It's right on the road here, you know. There's another one right over there that came down. So a lot of damage. Everywhere you go is damage. And as I was driving up here this weekend, it's May 14th, and Oconto County is all flooded. Oconto County is just below Crivets, and it's all flooded there. The rivers are all over their banks. They washed out some roads down there. I mean, it's been one of them springs. It's a weird year this year. So we're gonna go over to the field, and I'll show you some more damage when we get over there. So here's my nice cherry tree, the one that sits right in front of my stand. My stand is right back there. You can't really see it. It's blended in pretty good. Yeah, isn't that weird? It split. Both sides split off. You know. Took down a little pine tree with it, and well, I guess it's firewood now. But here's my blind right back there. Yeah, that was the one that deer would come out and lick on the branches and stuff. And I mean, there's still a branch here. There's still a branch hanging, you know, low enough. So that's good. I'm going to try and leave that center trunk. I don't know, you know, I don't know if it's going to stay or not stay, but we'll see, you know. The rest of it's going to get cut up for firewood, I guess. Look at how nice and green, lush and green that rye grain is. I threw down all that rye grain last fall, September. It really comes in nice, keeps all the weeds down. You know, it kind of chokes out the other weeds and stuff in the field. That is really nice the way that fills in. I should have no issues now when I come July or August, and I should have no issues tilling this up, spraying this, tilling it up a little bit, you know, scratching the surface like I did last year and getting something planted. I mean, there really shouldn't be any weeds because this stuff is really choked out everything. Compared to over there in the clover plot, you can see there's a lot of grass growing over there, you know. So this is going to be the, let's see, this is going to be 3 seasons now for that clover. So I'm thinking I should rip it up and switch, put the clover over here in this one, and move my turnips and whatever over into that one. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe not. I got a lot of stuff going on this year, so I don't think I'll do it this year yet. But maybe next year, when I'm retired, I'll be able to have more time. I'll get out here and do it right away in spring. You know. So I brought a couple of cameras along. I'm thinking I want to put one on my watering hole over here. Right over here, you can kind of see the green tarp is showing through. But let's go take a look at that once. Today had a lot of rain here. Like I said earlier, everything's flooded. So the watering hole is full. I know that tarp looks like it could go fuller, but on this side over here, the top of the tarp is right there about where the water is. So that's all the fuller it'll ever get. I could, you know, like taper that off a little more. It would probably be easier for the deer to walk in. This side I have it pretty good here, but over there I think I could taper that. There's a big stump right there. I didn't want to mess with that stump when I had the excavator here, so I left it just the way it is. But now that I got the tractor, you know, maybe I'll tackle some of that this summer and kind of level this off a little more around the watering hole, so it's easier for them to walk down in there. We'll see what I can get done, you know. So I'm thinking that tree right there, or that tree over there that's a little further away, maybe put one on, and we'll see what comes up into this watering hole. So hopefully you've seen the video of how I mount my cameras, little bird houses and stuff here. So these are some new ones that I picked up. They're mounted a little different. I got a screw through the back here, and I screwed it into that mounting hole that's on the back of the camera. I don't know why they put that on the back of the camera. Usually they're on the bottom, but they have a door on the bottom here, so I guess that's the only place they could put it, really. But they don't give you a mount to go with it, so that's the way I do it. I just put a screw through here, and that's holding that camera in that box. But I got this block on here, so the block tips it a little bit, so it's pointing down a little bit. I'm going to put that right about there, so it's looking at that pond. Guess my settings got screwed up. I'm gonna have to fix this. Alright, got the time and date correct, so we're good to go. I don't know if these are these wild game cameras. I like the wild game. They're very simple. This particular one has 3 settings on it. It's got your time and date, it's got your number of photos, and it's got your image control, still or video. And I always use video. I love video. You can see all the stuff that deer are doing. I would never go back to using photos. I don't know why I would do that. I just like watching the videos. So they're so easy to use, you know, and they're cheap. I think I got two of these for like under $80, you know. So that's like 30 something a piece. So you know, go out and get yourself a couple. Even if they only last a couple years, that's not that much compared to what you're spending on seed and everything else. It really isn't that much. I can't justify going out and spending a couple $100 on one of these cameras that come to your phone, and then the bear chews it up, or some of the squirrels, or I've had a woodpecker poke a hole right through the lens already, you know. So I can't justify that money to do that. I'd rather just go with the $35 cameras, and I get great pictures off of them, and it's, you know, it is what it is, I guess. To each his own. So all right, I got another camera to put up somewhere. I ain't really sure where I want to put it though. I'm thinking I want to put it down there where me and Pablo put up that other stand, and see what's moving through that area down there. Not really sure. Let me think about it for a little bit. So here's the blind we put up last summer. When did I finish that up? Well, I finished it up around opening weekend of gun season. I think I came out here and put them straps and all that on there. But all them storms we had, the ice storm, the snowstorm, They just had some really bad storms come through here and it flooded everything, you know. This thing's solid. I mean, it sets itself in place, and it's not, with them straps on there, as long as I replace them straps in a couple of years when they start to get rotten or whatever, I mean, they will eventually rot. That thing's solid. That ain't going anywhere, you know. So we did a pretty good job on that, I think. I still got to get my tent on top of it. I got to build a ladder. I got to get the ladder up there somehow. Not sure what I want to do there yet. I was thinking about putting because that has the flip up door on it. So I was thinking about putting maybe a little platform that, you know, sticks out 2 feet, you know, just below it, like 1 step below it. So I can get up on there and kind of flip that tent open and then walk right in, you know. It's kind of what I'm thinking. But we'll see. We got all summer to think about that yet. So behind you here is an opening. I cut this opening a long time ago, probably 10 years ago, when I cut a lot of this other stuff. So when I plant this, I'm going to clean this all out in front of this stand. This is all little 6-inch trees up here, popples and some white pines and whatever. It used to be a field, you know, and now all those trees grew in. But I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna dig those all out, chop them up, whatever I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna plant in here in fall. And hey, there's my grouse. Look at that. They walk right up to me. They must have their nest right here somewhere. That was the same one that was out here. Watch, here it comes. It's gonna walk right under the tree stand. Guess they're not afraid of me, right? They know I can't hit the broadside of a barn, so they don't care that I'm out here. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, I think I'm gonna put my camera right here looking at this opening here, and there's a tree right over here, and see if anything's moving through here. But I'm gonna plant this. It's the same time I plant that, I'm gonna come in here with my plow and work this up here, and it's just, I don't know, it's not even 20 yards across, but I'm gonna just put it in there. It's secluded, and maybe they'll feel safe coming out right into that opening. And then I'll have a shot from up there if they do. So here, I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what that looks like. There's some more storm damage. This whole trail I have here, it's all blocked. There's trees back there all laying across it. There's a spruce tree, a dead spruce tree right here. Yeah, so I got a lot of cleaning up to do here this summer yet. So I'm going to put this camera right here on this tree, even though this tree is dead. I think seeing it survive the last couple storms, it's still solid enough. I'm going to throw the camera on there, kind of looking out of this little opening here, and see what's going on. See what's going on back here. Never really had a camera back this way before. Oh, that tree's like rubber. I wonder what kind of tree that was. This one, the time and date is off too, so I don't know. I thought I reset them when I put batteries in them, but I guess not. The date's correct, but the time is not. So check it out, it's coming walking through here again. Let's see how close we can get to it. He's moving a little quicker now. Yeah, they must have a nest around here. They've been here for 2 years now. Keep running into them. So here behind me, you can see where I want to clear out. I want to take all these little trees out. I mean, I don't think the biggest one is any more than 6 inches. So this is all young growth. It filled in the field after they stopped farming out here. So I don't know how many years that is on a young tree like that, but it takes a while before they actually start growing, you know. And then once they do grow, you know, so I mean, I've been coming up here for 15 years, so that's, you know, they were pretty big already then when I came up here the first time. So we're gonna clean that all out and we're gonna plant this fall. Okay, back to what we were doing. So what I got here today is I picked up some of these sacks. I don't really know what these are called, but I thought they were bigger than that. I guess I misjudged that a little bit, but they'll be fine for what I'm doing. I thought I could, you know, maybe take this and hang it over the side of the pot and whatever. But anyhow, you're supposed to be able to take this and just put it right in the ground, and the trees are supposed to keep growing. So I'm gonna put these in here. I'm gonna put some dirt in there. I got dirt. I took the dirt right off the hill back there where we dug last year. You can kind of see the layer. There's a little bit of black, and then there's sand, you know. So that little bit of black I tried scooping, and I mean it's not real dark black, but it's better than probably the sand, you know. Okay, we filled up that bag like that, and we're going to put that chestnut in there. I call that layer the organic layer because basically that's all it is. It's the weeds and all that stuff growing on top of the sand, and when it dies and decays, and the leaves and all that stuff, they make a little, you know, it's only about this, you know, 3-4 inches of organic, you know, of darker material, because it's decomposing all the leaves and the stuff like that. So that's what I call it. So that's what we're going to plant it in here, and it's got a lot of roots and stuff in it and branches and whatever, but it's kind of like organic, composted, you know. I can see a nice one right there on top. So that's what you're looking for, folks. A nice tap root. So that's the root, and then I'm going to stick that in there like this here, so that the root is going down, all right, and then it'll take off, and somewhere out of the same spot there, I believe the tree comes out and goes up. So I'm going to stick my finger way down in there, make a nice hole for that, and then just push it in there. And the chestnut doesn't really get buried, you know. We can still see the chestnuts there, and that's, you probably can't see that on camera, but that's all we're doing. All right, so let's see what else we got in here. There's another nice one. Look at that. Boy, these turned out much better this year. I bought different seed. I bought it from, hopefully I told you in the first part of this video who I bought the seed from, because I don't remember. But look at that, nice tap roots. This is good. So far this is really good. Look at that, there's another one. That's 4 out of 4 so far. That's the way it's supposed to work. If you watched the video from last year, you know, it was a total failure, right? Everything got moldy and whatever. And what did I have? Five that had roots on it, and I think I got 2 trees out of all of them, out of 30 chestnuts or 25, whatever I'm planting here. So, well, every one of these has got a taproot on it. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So now I gotta find a place to plant these so that the deer don't eat them up, because they chewed up my nice chestnut that I showed you from last year. They chewed that up over there. I mean, there's still a trunk there and stuff, but they ate it down. First year I had it out of the cage, you know, because it was getting too big for the cage I had built. So what do I do now? You know, build a bigger cage? How big do I got to build the cage? You know, to go around these trees, or to just eat them. I'll show you a picture of what that looks like over there. But boy. So here's my chestnut. Not much left of it. You remember what this looked like last year? Look at that, they chewed that all off there and there. Just, it's gone. It's gone. I see there's some shoots on here. There's a bud there. I'm sure this one's gonna bud out. But man, compared to what it was last year, it's pretty much gone. So it's too bad. It was a nice chestnut tree. I was hoping to get chestnuts this year. Now these are all perfect. So I guess I'm gonna have to load up some pots and get these planted. So I got to the bottom of this tray here, and I had 23 chestnuts in there. Only one does not have a root. 22 have a root. So I guess I'm gonna be busy for a while planting. And I got 2 more trays here. I don't remember how many I put in there, but I'm guessing I ordered 50 maybe chestnuts then, because there's probably 12 in each of these or so, and then this was 23 in here. So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna get going. I gotta get this all done today. So I had to do a little recount there, because I couldn't believe this myself, that there are 22 out of 23. And I'm gonna put these other 2 back in the freezer or fridge till next weekend, because I'm out of time here. I'm losing daylight and I got other stuff I gotta do yet. So I'm gonna cut this short. But so let's recap on what we did different this year. So different was we did a different container. We had vents in the top here, so that was different. The containers I used last year were sealed up. They were like a Tupperware type container. I did not make the soil as moist. I think I made it way too wet last year, and I think that's why we had molding issues. And the other thing is just I went with a different seed company. And like I said, I hope I mentioned that in the first part of the video, because I don't remember who I got them from. Chestnut Hills comes to mind, or something like that. But those are the couple of things that we did different. And boy, the results are just astonishing. I would assume these other 2 containers look the same way these did. And so now I got to figure out how to keep these wet or damp. I'm thinking of putting them right here on the deck or somewhere near here. Keep the deer off them and stuff. If you put them on the deck here, the deer won't come in this close. So I think that's it. You know, if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And we're gonna see you next time. I'm gonna make another video when I get these growing. Hopefully next time I come up, there's gonna be a little tree there. So I'll make another video of that, or add it to a video that I'm making at the time. And we'll keep you posted on these. I want to see, compared to last year, so we had 5 last year. We have 2 trees out of the 5. So now we got 22. We're going to see how many trees we get out of this 22. And one of my issues is going to be keeping them wet, because I'm not up here all week. So, you know, I'm still coming up on the weekends. And it's going to be tough keeping these damp. So we'll see. All right, catch you next time.